Yep.
That's gonna
Helps when you click the button. Can't believe I did that.
Things happen, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
All right, you're good.
okay.
I'm gonna
Welcome.
close those outside doors.
Okay,
Very loud.
welcome to the July 6th, 2026 Select Board Meeting. Aaron Bogan, myself, Jen Lewis are here, and Saban Beckwith is unable to be present tonight. First thing we'll do is approve the agenda, reviewed and approved. I take a motion,
Motion to approve the agenda is written.
and seconded, and all in favor. And did you get a copy, Stan? Did you want one?
I've got an
Okay,
agenda, yeah.
you got it.
I printed it off for him.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that we have a
It's one of the few
extras.
things I do, I'm having a terrible time with Spectrum.
Minutes from last week. Did you have a chance to check them over?
Yes.
Yeah, we fixed
And
the,
she made. I was gonna say she made that change.
yep,
Okay.
she did, so.
Beautiful.
Motion to approve,
Second.
and all in favor. I'm just gonna leave that, okay?
Oh, I just noticed one small change. It says Aaron Beckwith on the bottom.
Oh, no. Oh. What does it say for Saban?
It says Saban Beckwith.
Oh, man.
What is it?
Aaron Beckwith. First, the next thing we will do would be to review and approve bills. We've had a chance to go over the warrant. These include the fiscal year 25-26, and then we also have July 1st invoices to sign as well. Payroll, I'll sign that. I'll send them all over at the same time, okay?
Yep.
These include the Dayton Sand and Gravel paving, tree removal over on Weeks Road. That's good. Some legal bills, Central Maine Power, and these again will all be posted on the website. So those are 25-26, July 1st. Shakopee rescue payment, text my gov. I think we have one more year of that, don't we?
We do.
Yeah. There was some emails going back and forth about that.
Yep.
A big package. There
Yes.
you go. So apologies, folks, for the workshop. We just missed the go live button, so we thought it was on the whole time. Okay. This week's ads will be nomination papers or positions that are open, and also the town meeting date of September 12th, Saturday after Labor Day. So those adjustments were made both on our website and on the papers. And reports, we don't have any reports this week. Meetings, planning board doesn't have a meeting till the following week. We have some discussion items.
Planning board has a walkthrough Saturday, 3 sites.
Oh, that's right, that was a heavy duty,
Yep.
yeah, 3 sites within,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to Maplewood,
right,
then Milliken School, and then the restaurant in town.
right.
Yep.
But I saw paperwork come, it looked to me like the church had their stuff that they needed. I saw some of that come through.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's this Saturday.
This
Yeah, starting at
Saturday.
9, so it's 9 a.m., 71 Maple Crest, 3-lot subdivision, 10 a.m. for 62 Federal Road, for the place of worship, and then 10:30 for 20 Federal Road, which is the food and beverage location.
It'll be interesting.
And those are all on the calendar on the website.
Okay. Be interesting to see what the inside of Milliken School looks like. Okay, we have a request from the code enforcement office. There is no air conditioning in there. We've talked about this last year, and I thought we had approved a purchase and went ahead with it, but they need something in there for air conditioning, and my guess is that doing a floor mount with a vent to the window would probably be the best, as long as there's enough BTUs in it to keep that room cool.
Yep.
Eric Frey, when he was deputy CEO, we discussed the size that they need, because what I brought in there today is probably not big enough by any means to vent it. And somebody's gonna have to, I think Bob Conzel, our assessor, said that he would, do something with that casement window so that, you know, it wouldn't have to be entirely open, which is how it is right now, so. I would make a motion. Well, what else? Is there anything else you wanna?
Do we know, I know that, Danielle, the one you had sent,
It said it was no longer in stock when I clicked on it.
I just searched really quick.
Yeah, I mean,
But that was basically the model he was kind of looking for, so.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are others.
yeah. What I brought over was an LG, and it's, easy and simple to use and hook up, as long as they can come up with some kind of rigging for the window, and that it has enough room, so.
Might wanna get in touch with Bob, he might bring the stuff tomorrow to put it in, because he was pretty hot last time.
I know. I will, actually. I can text him.
so do we wanna try it with the one that you brought, or?
For making a little, for making something for the window.
Right.
Well, I think he can use that, what's in there now, because I think they all look like that. They all have that same window venting hookup. Yeah, he can definitely try that, and then we can look and, you know, do a search on what's available for size. If there's anything available anymore after the past few days of heat,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, so we could table that one.
Yep. Oh, well, now, the next discussion item, that stove in the gym, that is another article we're gonna have to put in, on the warrant, that gives the town permission to dispose of town property.
Yep.
It might be in there in some shape or form right now, but did you have, I know that,
We got that email from Emily about
right,
the person that had
right.
inquired about it, so I didn't know if we could act on that, or if, like you said, we need to wait until after town meeting.
We have several people who've said they wanted it, and nobody's ever come to pick it up or do anything, and our last suggestion was to have it hauled off to CIA.
Right.
Yes, because the warrant article that we would include would be to give the town permission to dispose of those, and up to a certain limit of money. Like, if it was any more than that, we would have to get maybe more permission, but
Right.
these are for small items that are probably like, you know, a couple hundred or less. Whether we want money for that stove or not. At this point, I'm willing to have somebody take it off our hands. It's been sitting in the gym for months.
Heavy stove, is it?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a big, old electric commercial range that was in the kitchen for the school.
Yeah.
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 You have to roll it out on dollies and then,
Well, somebody actually just pulled it right out of the kitchen without an issue,
boy,
so
but
Yeah,
it might make
you're not gonna move it anywhere else
the
like
floor
that.
all, terrible mess on the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't see anything in our current warrant articles that allows us to do that, so I'd say we have to hold off until we,
yeah. That's only a couple months away, why don't we?
yeah,
Okay, and I can find out from that individual if he's serious about it.
yeah.
Yep.
If if it comes to, it's gotta be hauled away, you'd get Travis to give me a hint, we'd roll it out there, we could load it in a dump trailer and haul it to the junkyard.
Okay, I was even gonna ask
You could have them on it, you
Jeff,
know,
yeah.
we'd do it for the town.
All right, so we'll hold off till we put that article in there,
Yeah,
okay? On the agenda, we have advice from legal regarding the moratorium amendment. We were in touch with our attorney on what could be done. I think we had a big discussion last week with several people in here. And what I found out was that a citizen's petition requesting an amendment to the retroactive date can be done, has to be very specific, or a citizen's petition requesting an entirely new cannabis moratorium can be made as well. So those were the two suggestions from the attorney.
yeah, and so he said the petition would have to include the actual text of the ordinance or amendment that they are putting forward. Cannot just say what they want the select board to do. So it's either an amendment to the current moratorium with the actual text of the amendment, or a repeal and replacement of the current moratorium with a new moratorium.
Can I get a copy of that in some way, shape, or form? The printed scenario?
Yeah, you just highlight that and
Yeah.
print that out, yeah,
Thank you.
sure.
And I think the other question was, if that was voted down, it would have he confirmed that would have no impact on the moratorium that's
Right,
currently in
right.
place.
So we
I think
have a
Adam
mor-
asked that question.
Yeah,
And that would require the 80 signatures all over again. Is that the idea?
86, I think is.
You're good to continue.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
We had another resignation from the zoning board of appeals, and were able to fill that spot as well today. So there's 3 new members on the zoning board of appeals. We'll have to see if they can catch up with the MMA's, planning board and boards of appeals Zoom meetings. I looked, Danielle, the only one that's going is, Stan is going to the one in person. I didn't see one out, went up to September 2nd, but I didn't see anything listed for the month of August. So, anything that was on Zoom, so.
They're
just
few and far between.
Yeah, we'll keep our
unfortunately.
eyes open though,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kinda tough with a new board. And the town meeting date, like I mentioned, was put into the shopping guide and the town website as the first Saturday, which normally it would be if Labor Day was earlier this year, but because it's, when is Labor Day?
The
September
5th.
7th.
Oh, the 7th, yeah,
Yeah,
the Monday's the
so
7th, the 5th is
Our
Saturday.
town elections will be held on the 11th, with town meeting on the 12th
Yep.
of September. And that brings us, let's see, we did some workshop items. We went over the town report and, discussing how we're gonna handle putting that together. And, we saw the ZBA candidate, and we have cannabis moratorium here, but we really didn't discuss anything as far as that goes.
No, I think the
No.
only thing of note was we determined that August 3rd would be the last day to receive budget requests. And then August 10th would be the last day to receive warrant articles.
Right,
And then the plan is on the 17th to have, August 17th, to have the finalized warrant ready to go.
Can you draft all that up in an email and send it to the group,
Yep,
please? So we're all,
but
Yes.
that's why we said earlier, I said I wanted to say that in the meeting because I said it then and I go back to the workshops.
What
and-
did I say, right?
Yeah.
When's the town elections?
The 11th,
September
Friday.
11th, the Friday,
yeah.
and then town meeting is the 12th.
12th.
Town meeting starts at 9 and election hours, what will those be, Danielle?
I think we're
3
gonna
to
do it to, from noon till 8.
Oh, okay,
We're gonna extend it a little bit.
Okay.
Give more people time to vote, so I'll date.
okay. So, we did get a lot of emails from folks asking about the legality of our meetings, which were all run by our attorney, and we were given all the legal advice we needed to hold an emergency meeting, and covered by state statute. So even changing a retroactive date was within the select board's, I don't know, how would you want to call that? But
Purview.
purview? Yeah, I don't know if I actually mean that word, but that was all done legally. So I know that there were a lot of emails being sent. Some of them looked like form letters that came from people that were sent around and signed, but,
There wasn't a question in my mind as to whether it was done legally, I just didn't understand why the date was established the way it was, because it could have stayed at the first date, in my mind.
well, I think that's why everybody sent those letters, because in their minds, they were thinking the same thing. But in discussion with our attorney and as a board, and just being responsible for the entire town's finances and liability, we changed the date.
I guess I need to say one more thing. We turned in our information on our signed documents on May 11th, and it took 30-some odd days, 40 days, but you people came up with an emergency from the date of the Monday night of the meeting to have an emergency meeting on the Wednesday following, 3 days later. It's obvious to me that your idea of an emergency is quite a bit different than mine is.
Well, emergency meeting refers to the type of meeting. So an emergency meeting is a type of meeting where voting can occur. And so the reason for the emergency was in order to preserve the date that we had set for the special town meeting, we needed to have that done that day.
I still can't see that.
It had to be 7 days before the special town meeting. We could have had, waited till the following Monday and then canceled the special town meeting and put that off as well, but
So
in
you're
order.
saying you have to advertise 7 days before, period?
For a special town meeting.
Yes,
I'm not equipped to argue that point here tonight, but I can't for the life of me believe that this all of a sudden erased the 8th as the date, as a retroactive date. You can't advertise a few days more than 7 days before the meeting? You have to advertise within at least 7 days before the meeting. That's my understanding of the rules. You
Well,
could have advertised 10 days before the meeting and that would have been fine.
for the special town meeting.
Yeah,
We did.
Right.
Yeah, it was, the special town meeting was advertised in the correct way. But do you want to hold this till public comments and we can let Danielle get through her town clerk report?
I'm sorry, Diane.
That's okay.
No.
Yep.
Just a reminder, like Jen said, the nomination papers, there's one more week if you are interested in an elected position. We still have nomination papers available. There is an ad in the shopper's guide, and nomination papers must be returned to the clerk's office by 6 p.m. on Monday, July 13th. Tomorrow, we're going to be processing 2025 tax reminders. So if you have not paid your 2025 taxes, you will be getting a reminder notice. This is just a just a small letter, just reminding that you still owe with the balance due. The 30-day lien notices will be processed on Tuesday, August 4th. So if you get a letter, that is why. We are currently working on year-end work, town report, and quarterly tax filings in the town clerk office. I did want to just mention, we did have a resident come in today, asking if we had a noise ordinance. What had happened is, of course, July 4th is a lot of fireworks, but I guess last night, it was pretty bad around her house. There were 4 different houses right around her, all lighting up, fireworks until like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And she thought that was excessive, and she didn't know if we had any sort of ordinance restricting that at all. And I told her that I would bring it up tonight, that there is a problem. Some towns do require permits, for sensitive areas that people might be sensitive to fireworks. There is a permit process that you can pull, when they're gonna light them off, what location, and it's a little more cordial, I guess. So I just wanted to bring it up. It is a concern. I know I heard it around my house, but I'm sure everybody else did too. So, just wanted to bring it up that it is kind of a problem. She says, I understand July 4th, but, you know, a couple days after the 4th, we should probably simmer down a little bit, so.
Did you say other towns have permit processes?
They do.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
I know that we don't, but we also have a noise ordinance, which
Yeah,
would require a phone call and a actual decibel level machine to,
and someone to
yeah,
actually go out while they're lighting
Yeah.
fireworks, right? So it's kind of cryptic.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if that's something, I know town meeting's coming up and some ordinance changes, maybe that could get looked at a little bit.
Yeah, it's an interesting possibility. That'd be something we would work on with the planning board and the code enforcement officer. When you change ordinances, those types of ordinances, you have to have public hearings on them.
Yep.
So we'd have to get a whole bunch of that stuff done, you know, in order to put an article in the warrant,
Yep,
so.
I know down south, I think it was North Berwick, they publicize, you know, the location and what time the fireworks are gonna go off, just so people know.
In people's private areas, like
Yeah.
home,
Apply for a permit,
Mm.
and it's public information, so.
Interesting, yeah.
Everybody's prepared, it's kinda neat, so.
it's worth
But,
looking into.
How would you enforce it if they didn't have a permit? I mean,
Oh,
holy.
yeah.
Well, if you're not on the list, I guess there'd be a phone call, right? Or
Yeah.
a video. I did reach out to TextMyGov as we're wrapping up the end of the year, and thinking about next year. We have one more year for TextMyGov. I didn't know if you wanted to think a little bit more, if we wanna renew it. They did cut their price in half.
I did see that.
I did include you guys on the
Yeah.
emails, but really, I don't think it's really necessary as far as on our end. We're the ones that put out the notices, so it's just duplicative. We have a very good Facebook page that we post a lot and, you know, website, so both of those methods are very effective, so. That's all I got.
All right, sounds good to me. So, a couple of members here from the public, Stan and Jim, anything that you want to add or go back to or continue on?
You have your answer, and I still have my question. So, I want to know, where is the need to go 7 days before the meeting, specifically with the retroactive date? Where does it say that anywhere in the whole world?
I'm not, I think we're talking about two different things. We talked about having our emergency select board meeting so that we were within the 7 days of the posting of the special town meeting. It had nothing to do with 7 days of retroactive date. I think I'm not
At the emergency meeting, you changed the date,
correct.
okay?
That's why we held the meeting,
To change the date.
correct.
And what was the reason to change the date?
To protect the town from liability and be financially responsible and
From liability of what? Who's gonna sue you?
the party whose permit would not have been, or license would not be given.
Oh, I see. So you'd rather that we file our suit like we did?
Well, I think we're gonna be sued no matter what. It's like, it's not,
You chose one over 100, over 80 some odd signatures, that's what I'm trying to tell the whole world here. And I find it alarming. I do. So you're admitting here tonight that you chose to move that date, the retroactive date, back to the 9th, so that he wouldn't sue you. That's what you said out loud.
we do have a fiduciary responsibility to the town, and you have filed a suit against the town and against 04047. I don't know that the town has an obligation to file a brief on that right now, so,
Your lawyer will tell you what you need to do, I'm
yeah.
sure. I don't want to be in this position. You folks have made this choice. That's the only alternative that we have at this point in time.
Well, you do have the choice of filing for a petition, or perhaps had a choice of voting the moratorium down so that it could be rewritten.
You know, I'm happy with you just saying that you chose to avoid legal repercussions from the man who applied for a license.
But that's nothing different than we said during that meeting.
I think what I got from the meeting, I said there were a whole bunch of other people that didn't hear what you're saying now. The
Mike?
reference you made at that meeting was that you had a fiduciary responsibility.
And I still say
Those are the
that.
same words you
Yeah,
just used,
I
yeah.
still say that.
Yeah. That doesn't translate to, we're gonna get sued by somebody, we'd rather it be you than him. That doesn't translate to that in your mind?
We didn't know, I mean, you chose to bring a suit against the town.
There are 85 people that didn't want that here versus one that does. Where does the math come out there in you people's mind?
Well,
I
again,
guess
it's
because-
representative in that one specific meeting, so it's, you know, it's not that, you know, we made a decision to draft up an ordinance or a moratorium, which we were not required to do. So we drafted up a moratorium in the best interest of the town, as we felt it was in the best interest of the town. I understand that you feel differently, but that was what the intent was.
Oh, I'm happy you answered my question. Thank you.
My concern is, hopefully we don't have repercussions that we have somebody else that wants to do something and say, well, they don't wanna fight, they don't wanna go to court, so we'll just try and,
Yeah, we're just gonna do it.
yeah. I hope we aren't putting ourselves in that situation by doing that. That is
Are you speaking about cannabis specifically?
yes, or what if it was somebody else wants something that they say, hey, you know, the town, you never know what might come later.
Well, I guess if it's in the land use and development ordinance as an allowable use within a certain zone, then things like that could potentially happen. I mean, that's what the moratorium is all
Yeah,
about.
that's why it's important that we get this land use and this stuff taken care of. Very important, I think.
I think we're all in agreement there. I think
Yeah,
that's-
I totally agree with
That's
you, yeah.
why we drafted the moratorium, is because we agree that changes need to be made.
Not, you know, not only just the cannabis, but other stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not an overnight process either, that's for
No,
sure.
I understand, I've done a ton of legwork, I know Aaron said he's looked at different things I have, I looked at different towns this size, what they got, and things like that, and same thing with him, you know, you gotta plug a date in there, you know, a number of permits.
What that
Whether you
lady,
issue them in the first of the year, do you issue them by the quarter, or, you know, there's so many different,
Oh, there's,
it's just,
Well, we've had a
you've
lot
done
of,
research, I have.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's, you know, and that's the thing, is there's no right way, right?
Yeah.
There's 4 or 5
But
different
we
right
get
ways for
something in
that.
front, and then it's gonna be, you know, what is it, not a special town meeting, but they'll have what, discussions here, you know,
Yeah.
this is what we, you know.
Public hearings.
Public hearing,
right,
there we go.
right.
Yeah,
But then you get, you get answers of, regardless of what you set for a limit, whether it's permit limit or buffer zone limits for any businesses, and you're going to have, you have both sides. Doesn't,
Oh, yeah.
you're gonna have suits, you're gonna have both sides. It does, you've got, one group that wants it, one group that doesn't want it. It's the way kind of everything goes in the town.
yep,
What that lady was just discussing with you a little earlier about docks and piers, we had a major problem in Sebago with that. And I don't know that it got resolved. I think you'll go over there and you'll see boats moored over, out in front of people who have $500,000 and $1 million homes, and they don't own the boats. And they didn't buy those homes to look at somebody else's boat in front of them. So, moorings is what I'm talking about.
Right, it's tough though,
Yep.
Yeah, that's a tough.
Yeah, that is a tough one.
Yeah,
You need a
there was
harbor master.
there was you technically need a harbor master,
Yeah.
and I can't remember what town it was, up near Ellsworth, somewhere, where they had an issue with that, where they had houseboats.
I actually went for the training for that.
Yep,
Not a good thing.
nope,
You need a bodyguard
yep,
along with the, with the harbor master.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Aaron, regarding the flags, let me put something together, I'll
Absolutely.
email you something on the right way to do it, because I think there's, like Jim said, he'd donate for a flag. I think there's a lot of other people who'll get something together that's gonna work before we go, it's nothing that has to be done right now, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And find out, can we get it, what have we got?
right,
And,
right.
and you jumped
Yeah.
me on
Then
that
I'll
one, but
speak- I'll
thank you very much
spearhead that.
for doing that community service
Yeah,
and putting
I-
those
you
flags
know-
up.
And I will, and
I
I'll
think-
take them down and
Before
I'll
we
store
close
'em.
the meeting, I do wanna say that Stan Clark and a
Austin
helper,
Bersani.
and, went
Austin
and
Bersani.
put flags up, bought flags and
Bought
put
'em.
flags up
Put 'em
in the
up.
town. Our fire department hadn't done that, even after being requested, they said they didn't have the staff or the time, but they have our flags that we bought a couple of years ago, added to the collection, and,
We had a
So-
generous donation from,
yeah,
the bakery, what's it?
Sugar
Sugar and Spice.
Sugar and Spice
Right.
Bakery, and I don't remember, can't think of his first name, his last name was DeJarn, him and his wife, very generous donations of both of them
right,
to help. They came out, when we were putting them up and said, we wanna do something to
yeah,
help.
very nice, very, yeah,
It meant a lot to people, and the people going by, they'd blow their horns and thumbs up or
Yeah,
stop and
we
talk
got-
to us.
We definitely got one email about it, and I foolishly assumed it was the fire department that had put them up, so thank you very much.
Well, that's, I had to do it,
No,
being a veteran, I couldn't live with myself without it, being
it was disappointing.
yeah,
our July 24th, our 250th anniversary, I couldn't live with myself without seeing it.
no, thank you
I
very
drove by
much.
back and forth three different times just to admire it.
Excellent, excellent. All right, anyone all set? I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Don't run off, I'll get that paper for you.
Now, did you end live as well?
I did not,
Okay.
wanna make sure. Yeah, so that was the wording that he sent us. Oh, yeah, you're good. There. And in live.
I think I'm gonna